more thoughts on the years just before I met Veronica. Those were some times. So I actually started smoking weed during this time. I had mentioned, I think, I was a good drafter in high school. I was. I loved drafting. And this is my favorite class. There was a point where I did triple periods of it. That's a good story from high school. I took a Windows 3.11 class, and first day of class, lady hands out books. Teacher, not lady, hands out these booklets, and I'm looking through the booklet and answering questions, and I finished the booklet by the end of class. And it was just all simple things. I mean, I had already started working on Windows 95, so Windows 3.11 was nothing, kinda. So, and the class comes, I hand her the book, and she looks at me and she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I was like, "What? Well, what?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "You're fucking joking, right?" And I was like, "No, what? This is this week's work, right?" She goes, "No, this is the year's work." The year? He's like, "Yeah." I was like, uh, okay, well, I'm done. She thinks I'm bullshitting, and I'm just lying. She opens the book, starts going through, and it's like two questions. She's like, "So, I'm guessing you don't want to come to class anymore." And I was like, "What?" She goes, "Well, you get an A." And I was like, "Actually, I would choose to go to drafting." She was like, "What?" And I told her, "Mr. Newell, a drafting teacher, we got a lot of work to do, and I'd like to do drafting." That day, I guess she talked to Mr. Newell in the teacher's lounge, and she came back upstairs. At some point, I saw her, and she says to me, "Your teacher speaks very highly of you." And, yeah, go on. And so from that day forth, senior year of high school, I got an A in Windows 3.11 and got to go to drafting every day. It was awesome. And I loved it. Drafting was great. It was my most favorite class. Believe it or not, I started learning AutoCAD there. I think it was AutoCAD Release C. That's how old it was. Man, it was fun. See, those were the beginning of some of the things in my life, like school. All my friends smoked weed. I didn't. I didn't even smoke cigarettes. I did nothing. I was trying to be a good boy. And after being arrested twice, pregnant girlfriends, and almost getting shipped out of state, and the trouble I'd been in, I just didn't care anymore. One day my friends are hanging out. They're gonna roll a joint, smoke some weed. And they're like, "Alright, Adam, later." And I'm like, "I'm not going nowhere. I'm gonna stay and smoke." They were like, "What?" I was like, "I don't fucking care. What does it matter? I want to see what this is like." So, we actually went behind Honey Baked Ham. We were smoking a joint. It was me, Ricky, Bobby, and we pretty much got done to the joint down at Roach, and all of a sudden I'm like, "Man, I got some homework to do. I gotta go." They were like, "What?" I was like, I got history homework. I gotta get done. I gotta go." I went home and did my history homework. Not a big fan of that class, but either way, did my homework, and turned out that week I aced it, and I was like, "Are you kidding?" So I decided to get high again and do more schoolwork. It turned out that getting high was very good for me. Started getting high, went from a straight F student to an AB student. Yeah, it was definitely a new period of life. Things start to change, so, at this point, I'm thinking, okay, so I've explained how I got in some serious trouble. I like drafting. I was an artist. Well, I've been through this nasty relationship with Cheryl, and now I've met Veronica. So these years, some of them, see, I said were great. Ricky, Bobby, Paul. I mean, bike riding in LaBatt Woods, over by DeVry. There were hills. It was from the old Riverview Plaza. By the time I was born, it was a forest and dirt. We used to ride our bikes through the abandoned rides and things that you couldn't even see anymore. They're just concrete slabs. But my mom used to tell me stories about it. Apparently, gangs overran that shit. I heard to show them all a lesson, they built the 19th district on that site. That was my life. Belmont Western, 19th district, Toys R Us, Dominick's. One of my most favorite places in the world, Toys R Us. Because my mom's idea of taking care of children was go get a 6-pack of beer, pack of cigarettes, take me to Toys R Us, buy me some toys, and go home. I sit and play with my toys. She gets drunk. That was life. This is what I was used to. So, it really is going to get there, I think. And this is so new for me, I don't know how to explain it, or, you'd have to write it all down and keep it in straight format, but I'm going to do my best. I'm trying, man. So, these are the years just before 17. That's really where things start to get, I don't know, I would say interesting and very vivid in my mind. Up until this point, it was just getting through life. I didn't know what I was doing. As a teenager, you're trying to figure it out in these years. And I was. I went from a straight F student, AB student, started to be interested in drafting. I wanted to go to college, actually. My drafting teacher, Mr. Newbold, scheduled a field trip to NIU. That day we got there, he put his hand out, stopped me, and goes, "You're not going with this class. Come on." And introduced me to the head drafting department teacher and where I was going to be. NIU, Northern Illinois University. I would have made it. College, that would have been maybe cool. But it never happened. Ended up getting thrown out of high school. Never graduated. That's another good one. The school had a rule. If you came tardy 5 times, your parents had to come sign you in. Well, at the time, I wasn't living at home. I wasn't staying at my brother's. I'm living at Veronica's house. It had snowed and the buses were late. I came to school late 5 times. They wanted my parents to come sign me in. I said, my mom's not my legal guardian. My brother and me are gonna fucking kill each other. There ain't nobody coming to sign me in. And that's when they decided to tell me, nobody's coming to sign you in. You're done. And I went to school for the next 7 days, and at the end of the week or whatever, the police walked in, asked for me, and told me that if I walked back onto the property, I'd be arrested for trespassing. And there ended my high school years. At the time, I had known Bob and Soph, and I became a mover. I moved furniture. That was about all I was good for then. I was good. I'll tell you about it. Okay. That's enough for today. 2 videos. I'll see you guys soon. Okay. Later.